Kobe and Derrick Rose were almost teammates. Can you imagine the legendary Kobe Bryant teaming up with the electrifying Derrick Rose? It sounds like an NBA dream come true, but it was almost a reality. The thought of these two basketball icons sharing the same court, wearing the same jersey is enough to make any fan's heart race. But what if I told you that this near miss could have altered the course of NBA history? This video dives deep into the shocking revelation that Kobe and Rose were on the brink of becoming one of the most unstoppable duos in the league. The video is going to be very interesting and valuable, so make sure you stick till the end. But before we begin, make sure to subscribe to our channel and leave a comment. I have subscribed, because we'll surely reply to your comments. Now let's get started. Throughout his illustrious career, Kobe Bryant was known for his relentless work ethic, competitive drive, and the legendary Mamba mentality. He was a force that opponents could not ignore, leaving a legacy as a 5-time NBA champion and 2-time Finals MVP. Kobe wasn't just a player, he was a cultural icon who transcended the sport. On the other hand, Derrick Rose was a basketball prodigy, capturing the hearts of fans with his explosive style of play. As the youngest player to ever win the MVP award at just 22 years old, Rose was poised to take the league by storm. So, what happened? How close were they to joining forces, and what would that have meant for the NBA? Join us as we unravel this intriguing what-if scenario, exploring the paths that nearly crossed and the impact it could have had on the game we love. Let's dive into this basketball history that almost was. So, how did Kobe and Derrick come so close to becoming teammates? The story begins in 2007 during a turbulent time for the Los Angeles Lakers. Kobe Bryant, who had already established himself as one of the premier players in the league, was growing increasingly frustrated with the direction of the team. Despite his best efforts, the Lakers were struggling to contend for championships, and Kobe was desperate to win more titles. This dissatisfaction led to a series of public comments from Kobe expressing his desire to be traded if the Lakers did not make significant improvements to the roster. Meanwhile, in Chicago, the Bulls were rebuilding. The team had just selected Derrick Rose with the first overall pick in the 2008 NBA draft, and there was a palpable sense of excitement surrounding the young phenom. Rose was seen as the savior of the Bulls, a player who could lead the franchise back to the glory days of the Michael Jordan era. The Bulls front office was keen on building a championship-caliber team around Rose, and they saw an opportunity to accelerate that process by potentially acquiring Kobe Bryant. Rumors began to swirl about a possible blockbuster trade that would send Kobe to Chicago. The idea of pairing a seasoned, battle-tested Kobe with a young, explosive Derrick Rose had fans and analysts buzzing with excitement. The prospect of these two superstars joining forces was tantalizing. Kobe with his championship pedigree and killer instinct alongside Rose with his youthful exuberance and athleticism could have formed a dynamic duo capable of dominating the league for years to come. However, despite the thrilling nature of this potential partnership, significant obstacles stood in the way of making this dream scenario a reality. The complexities of orchestrating such a trade, along with the reluctance of both teams to part with key assets, ultimately proved to be insurmountable. The trade talks between the Lakers and the Bulls were intense and protracted, with both teams keenly aware of the potential impact of such a deal. The Lakers, understandably, were not willing to part with Kobe without receiving substantial value in return. Kobe was the face of the franchise, a player who had brought the Lakers 3 championships earlier in the decade, and losing him would have been a significant blow to the organization. The Lakers front office, led by general manager Mitch Kupchak, made it clear that any trade involving Kobe would require a package of players and draft picks that would ensure the team remained competitive. On the other side, the Bulls were hesitant to gut their young, promising roster in exchange for Kobe. One of the critical sticking points in the negotiations was Luol Deng, a talented forward who was a cornerstone of the Bulls' young core. Deng was coming off a season where he averaged 18.8 points and 7.1 rebounds per game, and he was seen as a key piece in the Bulls' rebuilding efforts. The Lakers insisted that Deng be included in any trade package for Kobe, but the Bulls were reluctant to part with him, fearing that they would be giving up too much of their future. As the negotiations dragged on, the stakes continued to rise. The Bulls knew that acquiring Kobe would instantly make them championship contenders, but they were also wary of the long-term implications of trading away their young assets. Meanwhile, Derrick Rose was quickly establishing himself as a rising star in the league, making the prospect of pairing him with Kobe even more enticing. Rose's rookie season was a revelation. He averaged 16.8 points and 6.3 assists per game, earning Rookie of the Year honors and solidifying his status as one of the league's brightest young talents. The turning point in the saga came when Kobe Bryant had a change of heart. After a series of discussions with Lakers management, including owner Jerry Buss and general manager Mitch Kupchak, Kobe began to reconsider his desire to leave Los Angeles. The Lakers assured Kobe that they were committed to building a championship team around him, and they made moves to reinforce the roster, including the acquisition of Paul Gasol in February 2008. The arrival of Gasol, a skilled and versatile big man, immediately transformed the Lakers into title contenders. Kobe, who had initially been skeptical about the direction of the team, saw the potential for another championship run with the revamped roster. The chemistry between Kobe and Gasol was instantaneous, and the Lakers went on to reach the NBA Finals in 2008, eventually winning back-to-back championships in 2009 and 2010. Kobe's decision to stay in Los Angeles effectively ended any hopes of a trade to Chicago. The possibility of Kobe Bryant and Derrick Rose playing together as teammates remains one of the most intriguing what-if scenarios in NBA history. Had the trade been completed, it's fun to speculate on how many titles they might have won together and how their partnership could have altered the course of NBA history. Would Kobe have added more rings to his collection? Would Rose have avoided the injuries that eventually derailed his career with the guidance and mentorship of a seasoned veteran like Kobe? These questions, while unanswerable, add to the mistake of this near miss. In the end, Kobe and Rose's paths diverged, with Kobe solidifying his legacy in Los Angeles and Rose carving out his own in Chicago. Kobe's decision to stay with the Lakers led to 2 more championships, further enhancing his status as one of the game's all-time greats. Meanwhile, Rose's MVP season and his impact on the Bulls franchise made him a beloved figure in Chicago, even as injuries eventually took their toll. What do you think would have happened if Kobe and Derrick Rose had become teammates? Would they have been the greatest duo in NBA history? Would love to hear your thoughts on this incredible what-if scenario. Drop your comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more fascinating NBA content. Stay tuned for more moments that could have changed the game forever.